Alright boys, I'm going to tell you how I came across Auki, but to do that, I kind of need to tell you about a little story. So let's go back to about May this year. I've been on a bit of a fucking rampage of just studying all the crypto experts, listening to them talk about the smart money and that the smart money is coming in and everyone just kept saying smart money. And I'm like, well, what the fuck is the smart money? So they talk about how once Bitcoin sort of reaches that 150 US level, people are going to look to sell off and start moving into alts. And these are the really smart people. So I started sort of thinking like, well, what are these smart people actually going to be looking for? Like, what do they look for when they invest? I want to know. So I did a little bit more research, and most of the guys were saying the same sort of thing. And I think Arthur Hayes sums it up pretty well in this video right here.
What is happening now?
Well, I mean, I think that all your altcoins, most of them are probably not going to go up in price again because they don't have product market fit. They don't take any of the revenue and bring it back to the token holders. And so they're like high FDV, low float bullshit VC coins. And so they're not going to do very well. And that's why you've seen like down only for like, Barachain, maybe Modon, whatever launches. So these types of projects, these very hyped, big fundraising round projects, it can be very hard for them to go up in price because they don't actually have any clients that spend money. But there are projects that are very good that have, product market fit. People spend money. That money goes from the protocol to the token holders. And I think the small subset of products that do that, they're going to do very well.
So they want a project that's generating revenue, and that revenue is being brought back to the token holder via a mechanism like burns or something like that. And everyone's saying this. They're all saying this. Burns. You want token burns. And it sort of rang through my head for a little while. I'm thinking, okay, all right, yep. And as the weeks go on, I'm working in construction and, I'm fucking hating my job and I'm doing my thing. And I just keep thinking about what he's saying. Like, you need to have revenue that's being brought back to the token holder. And I'm thinking about the tokens I'm invested in. And I'm like, okay, I think they've found a product market fit and I think the service is getting used, but like, I don't know anything about the revenue getting generated. And I'm not exactly sure on the mechanism for how it's coming back to make my tokens more valuable. Like, I don't know how any of that works. And so I'm thinking, well, if I've been studying this project for years and I can't even figure out how that works, how are the smart money gonna learn about that? Like, there's no fucking evidence that the money being generated is coming back into my tokens. And there's no evidence that there is money getting generated. And so I started sort of feeling a little bit uneasy, boys. I'm walking around the construction site, going about my day, just thinking, I'm not sure. I'm really not sure here. And, as you do every morning before work, you sip on your cup of coffee and scroll X. And I'm scrolling X each morning and I keep seeing this fucking crypto insider fella. And he keeps just going on about burns. The annual fucking burns. Auki burns another 1 million tokens here and another 1 million fucking tokens there. And every time I saw it, it made me angry. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm like, where are my fucking burns, huh? I'm fucking working 12-hour days, alright? I'm putting everything into this. I want some fucking burns. And every time I logged on to X and saw him posting about more burns, it was fucking burning my insides, boys. I was so angry. And I never looked into Auki because, to be honest, I think I was scared that I was going to see something there that made me reevaluate my tokens. And I was already so all in on my project. And, more and more weeks went by and I didn't look at Auki. And then it was my birthday and I turned 28. And I just had this kind of, I don't know whether it was a spiritual kind of awakening or just a realization that, you hit 28, it's kind of the start of a new beginning. You're not just a young fella anymore. You're sort of getting more towards the family life, settling down, getting married, all that sort of stuff. And so I started thinking, all right, look, I need to be open to new things now. I need to be open. And there was just one day at work where this guy, he was saying to me, all right, we just got to get this job done. We're just going to rip the Band-Aid off and just get into it. Before you know it'll be done. And that just stuck with me. I was like, fuck it, all right, I'm just going to look at Auki. I'll just have a peek. What's the harm in having a look at what this Auki thing is? So I get home from work, start doing my research on Auki. I start reading their white paper, looking around on X. I see what they're sort of doing, and golly gosh, I was blown away. Blown the fuck away. I'm like, wow, these guys have built multiple applications on their software who retail customers are paying big money for. Straight away, they're just transparent about their deals.
Let's talk numbers. We are rolling out to a client with over 1,300 stores, which when complete will generate an annual recurring revenue of $2.7 million to the application layer. Now, to use the network, they will need to burn around $400,000 worth of Auki tokens each year. That's just a drop in the bucket. What's coming next? We are projecting 100,000 locations, all using the Cactus application. At $300 per store per month, we are talking about $50 million in annual burns.
I start seeing everything that the smart money is looking for. Product market fit, paying customers, which is resulting in token burns. Everything's transparent. I'm like, far out. These guys have got so many different applications in different industries that are getting used. And so as the weeks are going by, boys, I'm still reading their white paper, trying to wrap my head around their thing called the Post Mesh, which is their software that they've built, that it's open source and people can build on top of it. And it's a deep in solution and blah, 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 blah. But, you know, at the end of the day, you got 3 hours. I've got to fucking train. I've got to do my Spanish lessons so I can understand my girlfriend. I've got to cook dinner. I haven't got much time to just be sitting there reading. So I'm like, fuck, I wonder if they've got any audio content, because then I can listen to it and train at the same time and cook dinner and all that. And fuck me, they are everywhere. Nils and Santori, the founders, they've been on fucking like 20 different podcasts, getting asked a range of different questions. And I just spent the next fucking 15 free hours that I had sucking in as much information as I could from all their podcasts. And then along with that, I'm following along on X, seeing, holy fuck, these boys, they have like regular meetups.
Hey. Hello everyone, welcome to the Auki community update for June 27th. It's only been a few days since we last spoke.
If you join the Discord, you can ask questions if you want. Like I've never seen a crypto project where they're so accessible and so open and transparent about everything. Like, coming from my previous investments, boys, I had been starved of information. Absolutely starved. It's like when you go to a shitty boxing gym and you're there hitting the pads and you're like, oh fuck, I don't know if I'm doing this right or not. And you look over and the trainer's sort of on their phone and you ask them like, oh, is my technique right? And they're like, yeah, bro, looks sweet. Good job. Keep going. As opposed to a really good boxing gym, you turn up there, as you're going, straight away they're yelling at you, hands up, elbows in, move your head. You know, like, you don't have to ask. They're hammering you with information, and that's how you get good quick. And this was how it felt. I was like, I've gone from getting no fucking content from my investments to fucking every day. Like, I'm overloaded with information. These guys are so accessible. And then, on top of that, this Nils guy is fucking everywhere. From one conference to another. Bang, here, yep, we're at AWE.
Hello, good morning everyone. My name is Nils, I'm with Auki Labs. This is Terry, our humanoid resources intern. Hey Terry. Terry is a Unitree G1. Unitree is a Chinese humanoid robotics company that are shipping humanoids today. Unitree is one of several Chinese robotics companies that are building and shipping humanoids today. And apart from humanoids, there are many amazing special purpose robots, like the ones from Padbot or Slamtech or Pudu Robotics, all of which we are integrating with our collaborative machine perception network now. We believe that Auki is going to roll into over 100,000 retail locations over the next 3 years, and that we will be the first software platform for collaborative machine perception running on tens of thousands of robots in the very, very near future.
Oh, by the way, we won first and second prize for blockchain and AI.
And the winner is...
Oh, next week we're going to Super AI, where the key speaker there.
So for those of you that didn't understand me before, 我们是一个香港的创业公司。
And oh yeah, by the way, we just got invited to Fortune magazine. It's an invite-only conference and presentation. We're there, and then next month we'll be in Singapore. And oh, we're also setting up a thing with Menra. And holy fuck! Like, I'm just thinking, this is insane. And so obviously they've got all of their applications that they've built themselves on their post-mesh. But I started getting curious as to, you know, third-party developers that are also building on top of the post-mesh. And boys, this is where it starts getting fucking hectic.
We have an ecosystem and we have a bunch of companies that are already building on top of the Auki network. Let's start by talking about GoTo. We created this very cool app that allows us to do AR navigation literally within minutes. The way we're actually monetizing this network first is by having built Cactus. Cactus is a retail AI platform that allows retailers, specifically supermarkets, have a digital twin and place digital labels across every single product. That unlocks so much for the retailer. We have Alpha AI, it's a drone mapping company that is working together with the Hong Kong government to do low altitude economy initiatives. These guys, what they do is they can map out entire buildings and do maintenance and inspections on them because they can create digital twins of them. Zap Vision, we can guide blind people with AI. That's insane. Akshar, it's a little tutor that is like the AI soul that can accompany you across different bodies. So when you're a child, you have it to interact with you through a teddy bear, but later on it can go into another toy and it can go to AR glasses, it can turn into your robot, and so on and so on. One of the things that we're most excited about is Menra. Menra is building Augment OS, which is an operating system for agentic wearable glasses. AI glasses can connect to an LLM model, it can reason about its space because it has the position from the Auki network, it knows where everything is, so you can have this communication with the LLM, asking it questions hands-free, it can do live translation for you, and so on.
I'm looking more and more at this Menra company and just find out that they just raised $8 million to go and build OS2, the new operating system for augmented reality glasses. They're trying to be like the Android of augmented reality glasses. And they're obviously building their own glasses too, which are using Auki's post-mesh.
The glasses are coming. In fact, these glasses, weighing only 40 grams, capable of spatial awareness, made by a company called Mentra.glass, are launching in September this year.
As AugmentOS has progressed and we've added users, we had a different problem. We realized that there was a major gap in hardware. And so we took our background in hardware development and started building Menra Live, which is a pair of smart glasses with camera, microphone, and speakers. And as we've been adding AugmentOS support to Menra Live, we realized that we needed spatial computing support. We needed the ability for Menra Live to know exactly where it is in 3D space. And if we can do that, we unlock a huge number of new use cases. For example, we could unlock the ability to do indoor navigation, or we could allow retail workers to place notes in 3D space, like this.
I work at this grocery store, and as part of my job, I wear these Menra Live smart glasses every day. Hey Cactus, we're out of Oatly. Please make a note of that.
I work in the warehouse of that same grocery store, and I just got a note on my phone that tells me that I need to stock up the Oatly. Let's go do it. Actually, it's my first day on the job, and I don't know where the Oatly is, but thankfully Cactus does, and it guides me in AR exactly to the shelf that I need to stock up, helping me do my job better. In order to build the use case that you just saw, we need Menra Live to be able to know where it is in 3D space. And that's exactly why we partnered with Auki. Auki's spatial computing stack allows us to send a single frame from the Menra Live camera to Auki's visual positioning system. The visual positioning system then processes that frame and sends back a pose, which tells us exactly where Menra Live is in 3D space, which is a huge unlock because now developers can build applications which take advantage of the exact position of the glasses in 3D space. Menra is on a mission to build the de facto operating system for smart glasses, and to do so, we need spatial computing support. And Pose Mesh is how we make that happen.
And Nils is saying how like, oh yeah, we've already got stores that want these glasses.
A couple of million people, and they have 200 or so stores, 200, 250, less than 300 stores. They asked how soon we could deliver them 2,300 glasses. 2,300 glasses. So that means, this is our first little data point to show that maybe an appropriate amount of glasses is around 10 pairs of glasses per store. Around 10 pairs of glasses per store. Now, wouldn't that be lovely, right? We've said we want to get into 100,000 locations over the next 3 years. So what is that? 1 million glasses? 1 million glasses connected to the Pose Mesh? Why, yes. Let's do that. Let's set our sights on that.
So then I start looking at what they're doing with Toyota's manual handling and how they are looking to try and improve the spatial awareness of all of Toyota's forklifts and their machines and make it a lot more efficient inside their factories. And I go a bit further down the robotics path and see that what's actually going to be able to do is retailers are going to be able to have their own server with all of their own data. And so when a robot goes to do your shopping for you, it's just going to walk into the grocery store, scan into their domain, and automatically know where everything is. It doesn't have to look for it, and it can't access any of that data. The retailer keeps all their own private data in their server. It's not going to a cloud like the centralized approach. And this is what's going to be happening all around the world with these little domains all around, people keeping their data private. So robots will check into different locations, scan into their domain, or for autonomous vehicles when they need to be able to negotiate about space. And the more I'm starting to learn, I'm realizing that the augmented reality stuff is really just the beginning. What they're really going after is the 100 billion robots that are going to be making decisions on a daily basis.
I'm trying to build robot money, right? That's what I'm trying to do. Bitcoin hard money, that's great. Auki robot money. And I'm that's my bet. That's how I'm gonna feed my family. That's how I'm gonna not get eaten by the robots, make robot money.
And there's going to be a bunch of different domains all around the world that different robots, different autonomous vehicles will scan into, and the data will be kept private. And so I just start thinking about this stuff. I'm like, wow, okay, this has got real fucking potential. But the main thing is that they're doing business now. They've got a bunch of pilots running around different places around the world for their Cactus application. And, a couple more signatures, boom, boom, boom. They should be 9 figures by the end of this year. And then you come full circle to today, boys, where Auki has bridged to Peak. So you're going to be able to trade the Auki and Peak pair, which is another project that I'm very interested in, is the backbone of the machine economy is now partnered with the nervous system of the machine economy. And I just start thinking, wowee, boys, wow, it is all happening. And it's all thanks to Crypto Insider, the fucking prophet of DeepIn, the fucking seer of spatial computing, Oracle of Auki. This motherfucker was talking about this last year. He was making posts about Auki and Peak and how they're interrelated and how the machine economy is going forward, and it's all still very early days, boys. No one fucking knows about any of this shit. The craziest part is Auki and Peak, they're both tiny market caps. Auki isn't even on any centralized exchanges yet. They're only on decentralized exchanges is because they want to prioritize their tokens for actual utility over just speculation, which I fucking love, which will have implications on the price in the short term too. It might not pump, but over time it'll gradually get better. So it's just fucking crazy, boys. It's got me very excited, and I can't wait to make a bunch more videos about Auki. Obviously, none of this is financial advice. Just remember, I'm retarded. I'm just documenting my crypto journey. So anyway, boys, the next 5-10 episodes, we're just going to go into all aspects of Auki and figure this shit out. So I'll see you on the next one. Peace, boys.
It's the time of the season, when love runs high.